Hello everyone, it's Andy Glen here from SharksTV and welcome to another podcast. This time I'm joined by Mason Alderson. Mason, how you doing?
Not too bad. Regular Thursday. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. It's a kind of dreich day. Do you know what dreich is? Dreich's a Scottish word.
No. It's a new one for me.
Dreich is just a miserable, horrible, rainy, drizzly
just a grey day, cloudy grey day.
So dreich, you can use that one.
I'll add that one to the vocab. I'll let the boys know in the room today.
I was going to ask you, how did you manage to avoid the Olivier and Nolan pronouncing Scottish words social media thing?
I don't have a Canadian passport, so I think I got out of that one. I think I weaseled my way out of that one, but yeah.
Okay, we're going to talk more hockey in a short moment, but for those of you who are watching, do us a favour. I need you to like, share and subscribe to this podcast before we even start. Get it done. It really helps the club and it really helps our channel. So like, share, subscribe, please. But back to you, Mason. How are you enjoying life in Scotland?
What was that word you said again? What was that?
Dreich.
It's a little bit dreich out, but the boys definitely make it sunny. The boys make sure, have a good time, make sure I know where the shops are, and we get some good walks in, go down to the coastline and stuff like that. It's been nice. Just like getting around Scotland. It's nice living in a place that's got a little bit of heritage to it as well. Like obviously being in the US last couple of years, everything's very bright lights, brand new, big cities and that, but up here it's nice. You got like eerie bit of like historic vibe to you. So it's nice going up to Glasgow and Edinburgh and stuff like that. But can't knock it. You're
trying to say Dumfries doesn't have the bright lights that the US does?
Not too bright, at least not past 10 o'clock. I think everything sort of shuts down after that.
I think you might be right. Everybody will know now that you've been injured for a little while. What exactly is the injury and where are we in the road to recovery?
So from what I know, it's definitely my shoulder, gearing towards an AC joint. Just kind of a little niggle, like something that, can't really do too much about it other than, time will heal it. But hopefully back within the next, couple of weeks. But it's just building the strength again, building the confidence again. And, I'm just obviously eager to get back out and help the boys as much as I can. But, it's one thing putting myself through something and another thing putting, the team at risk when I'm out there and I'm not, fully ready to come back. So just sort of patch myself up over the next couple of weeks and then hope to get back into gear, yeah.
How did it happen?
I think it happened probably like third period, second period, when I was last playing. And obviously like I like to throw my weight around a bit, and I think at one point I just didn't fully commit to a hit, because like it's either you commit 100% to a hit or you're either rolling out of it. And I think I was a 50-50, and I think as I put my shoulder down, I just wasn't fully prepared for the impact and kind of just took me off my feet. So
must be frustrating watching hockey.
Yeah, I'm sure you could sit down with 100 hockey players and ask them if they really and truly like watching. And I have a feeling if they're being honest, like they'll tell you no, because I absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you force yourself to watch the games, or do you just hide away someplace?
I mean, obviously, like when the boys are playing home, like I'm watching, I'll be on the sidelines as much as I can, but it's difficult when, you have to go on the road and stuff like that, and I find it really difficult watching, and it's tough pill to swallow, but at the end of the day, that's what comes with a job. You have knocks here and there, and I've had my fair share sort of in my younger days, so nothing we can't get through.
Well, the last time we had an interview, you talked through your injuries when you were in America to your legs. This isn't as bad, I'm guessing.
No, yeah, definitely nowhere near as severe. So that's why I'm like, I'm not too out of the picture of anything. Like, still keeping a positive mindset. It's just, unfortunate circumstances, but it means that I've got to build on areas and I've got to strengthen areas, and it's what comes with a new league. Like,
what are you doing to keep yourself fit whilst you're recovering as such?
So just like being at the gym, like down at DG1, like where you know, Spud's got us memberships and that, it's sound. They've got a nice sort of like spa there. They've got swimming pools. So I think the best thing for me is just kind of like motion and stuff like that. So no weights, resistance bands, swimming as much as I can, just trying to regain that full range of motion and sort of strength from my shoulder at the same time, but also whilst keeping cardio up. So being on the assault bike and treadmill and stuff like that, just anything to keep you like in game shape. So yeah, hopefully once I'm fully ready to come back, I can just step back in and hopefully do a job for the boys. But until then, just, you know, finding my feet and regaining strength.
It must be, I'm not saying boring, but it must be frustrating even through the week. I can pick it up on you even just now. It's just, you're desperate to be back, aren't you?
Yeah. No, definitely. But you know, I think as I've got older, like I've understood, like, you know, it's part of life, it's part of what happens.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe there's things that, you know, I need to work on to protect myself more, or circumstances where maybe I don't need to lay a big hit and I could just, you know, push on through and forecheck. Like, it's all a learning curve. But at the end of the day, very early in the year, so still got lots to do.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you wouldn't want to do this at the playoffs or something like that.
No,
miss
yeah.
them. So, you know, I've got to take the positives from it, haven't you? And you've been enjoying your hockey whilst you were playing?
I've been enjoying, you know, the team camaraderie and, you know, coming together and us scraping them 2 wins and, you know, just showing the league that, like, you know, really and truly, we haven't been blown out of any game.
No.
But really and truly, we all haven't been playing at our best either. Like, as much as, you know, people can be happy and fans can be happy, like, you know, we got a 2 wins, we're a new league in the team, like, that dressing room expects a lot more. Like, as far as personal performance, I don't think I've been what I expected myself to be coming into this league, but that's, you know, lack of preparation on my side and the standard of the league being as good as it is and me being naive to that. But I think that, you know, I'm going to be changed, and it's been one positive takeaway from me being sort of out of the lineup and watching is seeing like what I'd normally do, whereas what I can do, because you see a way different space of the game when you're not on there. And no, I think when I come back, I'm gonna sort of fine tune my game and have a lot more offensive approach rather than just, you know, trying to stop the other team from scoring. But no, I feel like there's still a lot more to come out of this group, and, you know, guys are gaining their confidence week in, week out. But I wouldn't say that this is all we've got to give, no.
So when you're talking about your personal performance there and you got more to give offensively, you're talking about taking control of a game and making things happen rather than reacting to other teams? Just expanding that a bit for me if you can.
Yeah, I just think that, you know, I've been in like certain circumstances in the past couple of years where, you know, my role in the team is not to go out and get goals. My role in the team is to go out and have an even shift, or go out and make a big play by, you know, getting the puck out of the zone or making a big hit. But I think one thing I have to understand here is, like, I'm being given the stage to, you know, perform and, you know, the tools to do what I need to do and do what's necessary to go out and score goals. But I think sometimes I like the mindset of that, like, kind of killer instinct to just be like a shooter and, you know, really just put pucks on net and stuff like that. And I think too much of a two-way game and trying to pass it and trying to play around with teammates. But I think, honestly, like, a lot of the boys, I feel like have to be a little bit more selfish, because it gets to a point where, you know, we're breaking into zones, having great zone entries, but we just don't have that sort of clinical mindset to just get that puck on net rather than making that extra pass. And as much as I think that comes from me, I think that comes from everyone from the top to the bottom of the lineup. But definitely something like, as a personal performance, I'm expecting a lot more from myself when I come back, because I just haven't been satisfied with the way that I've been playing.
And you're picking this up from watching from the sidelines as such. So
I mean, watch from the sidelines, like watching video back. It's you know, it's one thing like adjusting like first like 6 games, whatever I've played, adjusting to the league sort of thing. But it's, you know, any tradesman will tell you, like, when they haven't done a job that they're satisfied with, whether it's, you know, electrician, plumbing,
yeah,
like athlete, like, you know when you've done a good job. And I don't feel like I've come out of every single game so far where I can confidently say, like, there's nothing else that I could do in that game. So, yeah, just trying to hone in on a couple things, pick up on a few things, you know, build myself. But I think take a little bit more risk instead of playing it safe. It's really easy for me to go out and, you know, make an impact, laying the body, forechecking, being a physical presence, because that's something that I know I have and something that I know not everybody can do. But at the same time, I think I've got to, you know, sort of think as when I was sort of a younger kid and play more freely, play more exciting and, you know, have fun and just be not afraid of, you know, missing, taking chances and sort of thing like that.
It's so, I mean, it's a chance for you to reflect being out the team just now, and that's clearly what you've done. Here's hoping every cloud has a silver lining and you can build on that.
No, definitely, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have a chat with you about something a bit unusual. You've spoke with a few fans. I've seen you up the stairs in the bar after the game, and if you've never been in the bar after the game, come up the stairs and listen. There's usually some interviews and some players chatting about, and Mason's chatted with a few fans who've seen your dad play. How was that when you were speaking to some of the old guys?
Definitely takes back the clock. I said, I guess a couple of the fans said I'm not fighting enough to be his son yet, but you know we'll see about that one. But no, it's definitely, you know, it's nice to hear something like that, like someone I idolized growing up and still do. Like obviously, like a lot of people say that dad's the hero and stuff like that, but it's really, really something surreal when someone comes up to you and, you know, tells you how much they appreciated someone that you looked up to day in, day out. So it's definitely a nice thing to hear, yeah.
Right, well, I've done a wee bit of research on your dad and all, and I need you to explain to me what bidolphology is.
Oh, bidolphology. Taylor's old as time. I guess it's like sort of a, you know, hard knocks way that my dad brought up me and my brother, you know, any kids he sort of coached. This sort of no nonsense, no grey area, very black and white, sort of traditional way of just getting it done. And sort of applying that to everything, whether it be school, sports, you know, hobbies. He's just like always sort of drilled into us, like, listen, you could play, you know, tiddlywinks, you could play checkers, you could play hockey, you could play golf, whatever you want to do, but whatever you're going to do, you're going to do it to the best of your ability or you're not going to do it at all. So it's funny you say that, like, because that's one thing that I've sort of thought about, and, you know, he's reminded me, and I've spoke to my little brother and he's reminded me as well, like, you know, if you're not going to do it as best as you can, you shouldn't be doing it at all. And obviously, like, I've got an opportunity like this, I'd be silly to sort of waste it. And I think that definitely, it's funny that you say it because it definitely reminds me that, like, you know, I've sort of got to take everything that I've got and just give everything that I've got at the same time. So. Right,
so there you are. Everybody got a bit of learning here from research bidolphology. See where you get to. Probably linked to that. Is it true that when you were starting to learn to play hockey, your dad basically gave you wooden sticks? That was it?
Oh, yeah. I think you can ask a lot of the boys that we played against in this league, like when we were growing up, especially the guys around my age, that I used to walk around like a little lumberjack and just like sort of hack people away with my wooden sticks. But yeah, no, funny story behind that is, you know, one, breaking sticks every game come here or there. So it's affordability for dad, I guess it works out. Two, I was a very upset child because, you know, everyone wants like the newest toys, the newest gear out, like all of that stuff. So obviously I wasn't a happy customer getting wooden sticks, but little did I know, like, it was for a reason. And that's like what kind of comes back to the whole bidolphology thing. But yeah, no, so I was using wooden sticks thinking like, oh, like, you know, money's tight, like, you know, this is like just what I got to do, blah, 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 blah. But in my dad's head, it was sort of, you're going to use wooden sticks because it's a lot heavier. And if you can have a good shot with a wooden stick, once you get something else, it's going to be a lot better. And yeah, he was right. he was definitely right. But, you know, he said there will come a day where, you know, you'll be good enough to where someone will pay for that stick and you'll have as many as you want. So he wasn't wrong, I guess.
Absolutely. And now Look at you now. Brilliant. It was also quite interesting to watch you. I don't know if it was your last game. Was it against Romford? I was watching you in warm up, and I could sense you were having fun because you just got that infectious smile on your face in warm up, and you were speaking to your buddy, whoever your buddy was, the backup goalie from Romford.
Yeah, Eve was he's the starter, but I think they were letting him have a break.
Yeah, they let him have a break, so. Yeah, you're having a chat with him for a good 5 minutes. You weren't actually warming up. To be fair, you were just blethering with him for most of the time.
Yeah. He's just like, once again, like that's one of my like really, really good friends, one of my best mates growing up and that. And a lot of the boys on Romford I sort of grew up with, you know, Monday to Friday at the rink, every day, weekends, going on trips, packing like 5-6 of us into a van. Like, so I got a lot of time for them boys, and they were like big brothers for me growing up. So got tons of time for them, yeah.
Are you missing being back since?
Yeah, no, I miss just being home. Just like, I wouldn't say being home. I enjoy wherever I am.
Yeah.
Because I kind of believe it's the people that make the place. It's not the place that make the people. So, you know, you could be on a desert island. If you're with your best mates, you're not going to know the difference. So, yeah, it's nice. It's nice seeing good people that have all played a part in you sort of growing up. So, yeah.
And how's the camaraderie within the dressing room here? Are you enjoying that?
Yeah, no, love it. You got some big characters in that room. You got some surprising characters, you know.
Right, name names. Come on.
I mean, I sit down the young boy end with Lewis Young and Houston, and with Wee Chevy and Kyle. But you know, the further you go down the other end, the bigger the characters get, and you know, you get Peanut, you get Kersey. Kersey's like one of those guys. Seems kind of quiet, seems kind of low key, but he's a funny boy. And then you know, I love Callum. I think Hepburn's hilarious. I love Hairdo. Sorry, that's a nickname for.
Yeah, we know. We know who Hairdo is.
Okay, good. But you know, like, yeah, there's a lot of good boys, and it makes it easier coming to the rink every day when you know you enjoy the people you work with and you play with. Do you know what I mean? So, I think it's only gonna get better, and we've seen that, and
yeah,
it's exciting. It's exciting.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. What are you looking forward to most?
First home game back, first game back, yeah. I'm just hoping to get first Sharks goal at home because I'm well overdue. So
you haven't been too far away. There's been a couple of chances that I guess if you have them 9 times out of 10, you're scoring them. And I could sense the frustration. I could see it in your face through the helmet and everything. It was just
Yeah, it's just not going my way, but you know,
not going your way so far.
Yeah,
come on, a bit of beathology here. Come on, a bit of positivity, man. It's what we need.
But yeah, maybe you know, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. What I needed, just sort of have a step back, analyze what's going on, and you know, just fine tune, and just sort of find my way. And like I'm sure of it. And you know, one thing is like Spud's been really, you know, reinforcing the fact that you know. And JT as well. Once I get comfortable, it's going to be a fun ride. But it's just that getting to the point of me being, you know, back to 100% self and being comfortable in the park. And I can't wait for it. I really can't wait for it.
You're an exciting character to watch. Fans love you already. So, you know, don't worry about that. Everybody's on your side. That's the key thing, you know, when you're on that ring, everybody's on your side. How's it been with Belfast? Because you've played a couple of times with them. You went quite a long way away to maybe play a few minutes, but how was that?
Yeah. You know, it's all a learning curve. And I'm just like grateful for the opportunity. Like, you know, like you said, like I think I went away. There was one game I went. There was a Champions League game. Like, you know, some of those guys are, you know, 200, 300 game stints in NHL. Like. Honestly, to be sitting on the bench and watching, it's like you don't want to get on, you don't want to make a mistake. So you might as well be better off sitting there. But it's, you know, it's fantastic the stuff that they have going on down there, and it's something that, you know, in the back of my head is something to really work towards, and something that, you know, I don't see too far away from in the future. But at the same time, you know, I've got a lot of work to do here. I've got to, you know, find my feet here. But it's like I said with roles, like when I go there, my role's a lot different. It's like sort of an energy based. It's a go out, be even, you know, take chances if you have them. But ultimately your goal is to go out, you know, give to the guys that we need to put the puck in the back of the net, or, you know, make your plays, make your big hits. And it's like, to do it in an arena like that, it makes it really easy. Like, it makes it, it's almost like you ride on the energy of, you know, the sold out crowd that you got there. And they've just been phenomenal, and, you know, giving me opportunities. I didn't think I was going to have this early on. But it's
aspirational stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good. I got my first knock over there. Like, I've never, like, this is my first year having a cage off in a couple of years. And like I just felt like a proper like hockey player. Like, I went out first shift, got a knock on the nose, had a couple of stitches and that, go back out and just get back into it. But it's and a lot of those guys are just like great examples. That's like when we have someone like Peaks and Dunny in the changing room. It's like those are those guys nothing but a year ago, and they've done it for 10 plus years. And it's like, it's really funny to see the habits, because you can see, like, in what Peaks and Dunny do with their game, what a lot of the Belfast boys do. And, you know, funny saying it, like, Peaks played there for, you know, God knows how many years. But, fantastic environment, and, definitely something to work towards,
But Craig and John, they've both been on this podcast, and they're both, you know, extremely happy to help young players like yourself. So you've got that resource here as well as Martin and JT and everybody else. You've got that resource to help you take, you know, achieve this step and go to the next step as well, haven't you?
No, yeah, definitely. So it feels like everyone's behind us. We just got to get the wheels on the bus turning. So they'll be going.
Okay, well, I'd just like to say thank you so much, Mason, for joining me today. I'm going to let you have a final message to the fans as always, but just a quick message to the fans. Get yourself along this weekend to watch the Sharks. Always going to be a show, so get yourself down there. And thank you again for joining us on this podcast. And just before I say cheerio to you, it's back to Mason to say a final word to the fans.
Sharks fans, thank you for all the support so far you've given the boys, you know, coming down to the tank, coming to away days and stuff like that. Just know we've definitely got a lot more left in the tank that we can give, and, you know, it's only early days and we're going to get better and better with stride. So, keep them coming. Keep the Finns coming in numbers.
Thanks, Mason, and thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you soon.